Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunuktu Saha Viryam Karavavagai Tejasvinavati Tamastu Ma Vidvishavagahi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. My duty, Mama Dharma, Swadharma. Now, Arjuna and Krishna have a dialogue. Arjuna represents the Nara as a human being. Lord Krishna represents the Narayana. Now there is a dialogue between the Arjuna and Lord Krishna. Now we must be wondering in what way it is relevant to us. Now, whatever that you are having a problem today, Arjuna had the same problem. He was a samsari. And we are also samsari. Now it is absolutely relevant. So before going to the sloka today, I want to give a kind of an introduction. There are three things. One is, jati, kriya, and guna. When I say jati, where you are born. And when I say kriya, what is the work you are doing? Action. Guna is what we are discussing now. That is Sattva Guna and Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Fine. Now we must also understand there are four varnas. Varnas means, the different classification. One is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya, and Shudra. Okay, they are all the profession. This got nothing to do with the jati, kriya, and guna. So when I say Brahmana, he is dedicated to the knowledge. Kshatriya is to protect the citizen. Vaisya for the business. Shudra is for the labor. Now, we also understand or we are discussing the three gunas. Now, you have to understand very carefully. Now, when I say jati, kriya, and guna. Now, some people are born in a jati as a brahmana. But now he is supposed to do the brahmana profession. What is that? You have to in pursuit of the knowledge. Okay. And the guna also must be sattvic. No, it doesn't happen like that. See, when I say jati, kriya, and guna. Now, what is more important? Is it jati or a kriya or a guna? Now, according to our scriptures, guna is the most important thing. That determines whether you are a Brahmana or a Shudra. Some person would have born in a Brahmin family. But if he doesn't have a kind of the guna, that means he is not a Brahmin at all. So this is the fundamental understanding particular subject. Now I can give so many examples. I know there are people who are born in a Muslim family and they behave like the Brahmana. Okay. Now the whole idea for you to understand also, nothing to do with the jati and the kriya, but only of the guna. This is a real focus for today also. Okay, let's go to the sloka. Let us listen.
Anubandham kshayam himsam anapekshya cha paurusham मोहादारभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम् अनपेक्ष्य च पौरुषम् मोहादारभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते
Anubandham kshayam himsam anapekshaya paurushadam mohadarabhade karma yattat tamasam uchyade. This is the sloka. Now, you have to understand that you have got three gunas. We already went through the two gunas. One is, the sattvic, that is attached to the knowledge, and the rajas attached to the kind of the activities. Now we are going to talk about this. The last one is the tamas. Okay, let's go by the word-to-word meaning. When you say anubandham, that means the consequences. Now when I want to do certain things, I don't bother about the consequences. I just start the job, which is not good. So whatever I want to do it, then I must try to find out what is the advantage and disadvantage, pros and cons, and also the consequences, how I am going to face. So that is the first one. The next is, the kshayam. When I say kshayam, it's a kind of a loss. When you say loss of health, it could be wealth, it could be time, it could be honor, anything. So that means kshayam is about your loss. Then himsam, there is a kind of a injury. So what do you mean by injury? Not only for me, I am also inflicting myself, and I am also make sure that others are also being injured. That means the cause of injury not only to himself and also for the other people. Anapekshaya. When I say anapekshaya, there is no regard. I don't bother about anything. Disregard it. Anipekshaya. Cha and paurusham. Paurusham means own ability. Now, when I say that anapekshaya cha paurusham, that means I don't have any kind of regard about the capacity to do. I don't have the capacity to assess myself, whether I can do it or not. That is the anapekshaya paurusham. That means I want to do, but I am not able to understand whether I can do it or not. So why? Because of the mohat. This is out of delusion. When I say delusion, so what is that we are discussing? That means where I don't know what is right and what is wrong. I take the right as the wrong, the wrong as the right. That is called a delusion. Then aradhyate, that is we are undertaking or just beginning. And then karma, that is action. Yet that which tamasam, it is supposed to be the mode of ignorance and also a kind of a dullness. Uchyade, it is to be declared, it is said to be. So these are all the word-to-word meaning. Now let us go through the kind of the running meaning. Tamasam karma. What is that tamasam karma? Okay, that is what we have to understand. We already discussed about the sattvic. We also discussed about the rajasic. Now, tamasic. Now there are only three gunas. This is the last one. Uchyade tata. It is said to be. See, that means tamasic action is said to be that. Okay, yet aradhyaye. That means which is undertaken or which is beginning. Okay, mohat, due to delusion. Now, let us go into the details. Tamasic action is something wherein I am undertaking without a kind of a understanding, then because of the delusion. And anapekshaya, without considering. Anubandham, that means the consequences. See now, without even considering the consequences, I start. Just think. Because whatever you want to do it, then you have to plan, you have to understand what are the plus and minus, what are the advantages and disadvantages, whether I can do it or not. So that is the what you call the consequences. When say anubandham, that means without understanding the consequences. Okay, then kshayam, there's a loss. When I say loss, not only for him, for the even the environment and the society also. Himsam, a lot of the kind of a injury and a kind of harm. And also paurusham. Paurusham means the capacity to do whether I can do it or not. Okay, now this is the running meaning. Now the essence of the whole sloka is think very carefully. Tamasic action is said to be that which is undertaken due to delusion. Now I am taking a action because of the delusion, but I don't know. I don't have a clarity. I don't know what is right. So that means I am just taking the action and without considering and also the consequences and also loss, the harm and also the capacity whether I can do it or not. Now let me give a simple example. A man wants to start an industry. Then he has to understand whether he can do it or not. Suppose if he does it because somebody else is doing it, then what will happen? That means he is bound to fail. Now, in other words, I want to put it like in a management language called a SWOT analysis. A man who does not go through the SWOT analysis, like one's strength, and also the weakness, and also the opportunity, and also the threat. If you are not able to go through the SWOT analysis, and that means you are a tamasic person. Now, once you are able to understand, yes, these are all the things, I want to do it. Now, I am able to understand about the consequences, and also before taking about the kind of the undertaking, that means I must find out whether I am capable of doing it. So, it is not only industry, whatever that you are going to do it, starting from eating and also walking, okay, and also working, and whatever that you want to do it, name it, whatever the action that you are doing it, you have to find out, okay, now am I a sattvic person or a rajasic person or a tamasic person? Now if you are a tamasic person, that means you cannot do whatever you want. Now how can you do that? Initially, you have to understand and then warm up. And you must also try to understand, see, whatever that I am doing now, does it fall on this particular category? If it is fall on the same category, then you must try to understand, yes, I have to graduate to the other guna. I want to recall the story. There are 3 robbers in the forest. So there is one merchant want to go through the same forest, and he had a lot of money. So all the 3 the robbers wanted to take the money. So all the 3 people, they got the money. Okay, the first fellow said, just kill this fellow, torture him and kill him. That fellow is a tamasic person. So he is also a robber. Now the other person, okay, he said, okay, we have taken the money. So let us tie him in the tree. and let us not harm him. So he is a Rajasic person. Now the third person, he said, already we have taken the money, so our job is over, then why not to allow this fellow to go? Now what happens? See, the same robbers, but they have different gunas. The first one is a tamasic, the second fellow is the Rajasic, the other fellow Satvik. Now why I am repeating this particular story is to make you to understand what is your quality. Are you a tamasic or a Rajasic or a Satvik? Now if you are a tamasic, you must really drop your gunas. It is not very easy, but you must realize that it must be done. And once you are able to understand and own up, then you have to graduate to the Rajasic. And then from there, you must go to the Satvik. Now, between the Rajasic and also the Satvik, the activity is same. Both of them are very passionate. But the fellow with the Rajasic, no, he is very selfish. He wants to just do it. He has got so many other the negative qualities. He does it with the dharma. But whereas the Sattvic person, but also do the same thing. But he has got a kind of a unselfish motive. Okay. Now the whole idea is we have to find out, that means where I am. Okay. We have to keep on, graduating. Now it also helps you to establish the relationship. Suppose you want to move with the people, then you have to understand, yes, it is good for me to understand the other man, and also I must understand myself. To what extent I will be able to really match my quality and his quality, and so that there will be an excellent relationship. Now it is very simple to understand, very difficult to practice. That is where you have to keep on reflecting. You have to understand, warm up, graduate. What is that? You must understand and warm up and graduate. Take care, all the best. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.